wish I had a Howard Stern voice. You know
What does that mean?
You don't know who Howard Stern is?
Well, yeah, but what type of voice? What type of voice?
I'm Howard Stern.
You mean just being Jewish?
What does he say? No, but his voice. I don't know how to do it. What does he say?
Yeah, what does Howard Stern say, Dom?
No, dude,
well, you're a
who
big
the
Howard
fuck
Stern.
listens to Howard Stern. I remember hearing his voice and I liked it.
Who does listen to Howard Stern? Imagine listening to Howard Stern today. Now.
No, I feel like he was very popular earlier on.
Well, he's definitely introduced this whole podcasting game, and we would not be here today without. I would not be sitting in my basement and recording a podcast with you right now on episode 75. Oh my God, you got 75. You got episode 75. Oh, that's pretty solid.
I can deal with 75.
You can deal with it? All right, sounds good. I thought 75 was going to be me or Liz, but you fucking snuck it in.
Like a little snake. Take the number from you. No, you don't get it. Can we take this shot?
Yes.
It's been eyeing me out for a little bit.
It's been eyeing you. I might throw up everywhere.
Dude, I'm so beat after work. I need a little cooling down.
Yeah. We're crazy. You notice how crazy we are? I didn't know if you're willing to do this. We are crazy humans.
Dude, I didn't know you were... We are crazy, but I love this. If we could just do this, get home from work, work out, we just keep going. I don't know. Like I'm very energetic at night. At nighttime is my time.
Nighttime is 100%
the best
time,
dude. And I sleep during the day.
And also, like, you just thrive better. Like, this is the time right now. And, like, we imagine that this would probably be our best time of life. Like, if we could get a schedule doing, there's this whole thing. Like, I was listening to this Joe Rogan podcast today, and this guy said his life was fucked up because he was going to bed at 4 a.m. every night or 3 times a week. Yeah. And it's just like, why can't you?
Why can't you?
Why can't you
I'm still doing all the shit I have to do.
Yeah, no. I've gotten into a consistent routine of falling asleep at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I sleep 6-8 hours, depending on the night, if my body lets me sleep or not, and then I'm good to go. I mean, that's it. It's done. Yeah. I don't see the problem with it at all.
I can't wait till we can finally, like, do it. Like, have my own schedule without being bothered by anything else.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to get to, is that one day we would like to just come home from doing stand-up comedy. Yeah. Yeah, that would be the nice thing. There was
like Bobby Lee sleeps like all afternoon and then he stays up. I love that. I don't know why you can't do that. Why is that shamed on?
I don't know.
I would do it.
I don't know why people want to shame others on their sleep schedule. It seems like such a weird shame.
It is weird because isn't sleep good for you?
Sleep is good for you, and everybody's sleep is personal. But if you're not in a specific certain time of window, you are considered weird. You are considered odd and weird.
You have to do something.
Even if...
They want you to do that at time.
Even if you have a night shift.
It's communism. It's bad.
It's communism?
I think so. This is why I love this job, though. Staying up.
Oh, this job is fantastic for that.
Dope.
It's not bad at all. I love staying up late and then you get to sleep in the morning. Well,
that's what I've been doing, but now I'm just...
They asked me to open, and there's not even a chance of me doing that. Fuck opening.
I hate working in the morning.
I have no idea how our manager works. Open to closing. Open to closing. Like, okay, bro. Like that's crazy.
Do that, but I would leave at 9.
Yeah.
Leaving at like 1, 2 in the morning, 12. I haven't worked 2 yet.
That'd be weird because of the fact that you basically worked till 2 today.
That's true.
I mean, it was long, but it was good though. You like our coworker?
Which one?
The one that we smoked with after the shift.
Oh yeah.
He's
I've worked
awesome.
with him like a few times. I really like him.
He's awesome, and he's so funny.
I've worked with him a bunch.
He's always working. He's always there. It's fucking crazy. He's fucking great though. He's great at his job. He's pay attention. He's on the ball.
I love most of our coworkers.
Most of our coworkers are great. I don't understand it. I don't know why every single good worker decided to work at Domino's. I didn't understand it. There's a few, but there's a few everywhere. I feel like was there a few at Cappy's?
No, because Cappy's was like the family and me. and the family was all great. So it was like the perfect, elite. We're like a good team.
Right.
Yeah, and then sometimes with Domino's, it's like sometimes we'll have a great team, and it's just like how it was at Cappy's.
Right.
Sometimes it's like an odd one out or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird when you have a couple oddballers.
Yeah, it makes it a little harder.
Yeah, it does make it really hard.
Dude, it's similar to Cappy's. Like that's what Cappy's was like when it's a night where it's me, you, and it's like we did one together. It was just very efficient. I don't know.
Yeah, we did one tonight. Everyone tonight was great.
It was a lot though.
Well, we got busy.
We hustled through it, but it was a lot.
Well, yeah, we stayed there. What time did we get out? 1:40.
1:40.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking crazy. 1:40 in the morning. You're talking about? That's a late night. That's a late. And it wasn't 1:40 at night.
It was fun though.
1:20, 1:15 or something like that. We got home at 1:40.
Yeah,
Is what I'm thinking of.
12, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not
I liked it though.
too far off, but like still, you're talking about. It's late. It's fucking late, and the idea that people think that that's weird that you'd sleep late, or that you would want to find a job that allows you to sleep late is weird to me.
What the people?
Well, like we were talking about the whole.
It is weird. I don't know.
Shaming of sleep schedules. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was our intro. Welcome back to the Kpush podcast. Let's start the podcast right now. Let's start the podcast. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 75 of the Kpush podcast.
This is the
Today,
first time you're doing it.
Is it?
Going. No, you're good. You're good.
I didn't. That was my second time saying that.
This is the 75th episode of the Kpush podcast.
That's the
I'm
fourth.
here with you.
That you're here with me.
And this is our first solo, I believe, too.
This is our first solo
that's
episode.
good.
So, Dom, how's the Lost Lighter going?
All right. Lost Lighter is on hiatus right now,
Dude, it's
We've
so
been on a little hiatus.
it's so crazy looking back on it.
Nah, whatever.
I mean, it's just funny looking back on it. It's
It
funny
is
how
funny.
right I was.
Fuck you, dude. Don't
It's
make
funny
it about
how
right and wrong.
right I was.
You were, but like I was cool with it. It's not like I have a grudge about it.
Right. No. And
You were
neither
right.
does Charlie.
Well, the
but
4 episodes were fun.
yeah, do you still have any available?
Yeah, they're still up. I don't know. We haven't deleted them.
What are you gonna do with them? Are you gonna bring it back one day?
No. Unless Charlie. Maybe for fun. That would actually be fun.
It's so funny. Charlie thought about doing a podcast and moving to Austin and somewhat considered about being a stand-up comedian and then became a firefighter.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's weird. I would imagine I would do something like that if I had no other friends. But the idea that you're willing to do it and I wouldn't, that's crazy to me. Right?
I don't know. I just think he got a different circumstance. I don't know.
His girlfriend.
I didn't say anything. Dude.
No, you
He
said
just has a
circumstance.
different
What is the circumstance?
Ellie. He's got an Ellie. And we gotta get rid of her. We gotta take her out. Cause she stole Charlie. We need to get him back. We gotta bring him to Austin. No. But also, no.
Ellie did
No.
steal Charlie away from
Yeah.
us.
Steal.
Robbed us like Baby Driver, like a fucking bank robbery. She held us hostage. She held us hostage and took
I
Charlie.
don't like it. We need to call the police.
The cops. Hello.
Well,
What's your problem? I'm the police. Okay.
Officer.
Hello? What's your
my
issue?
best friend Charlie is gone. He's gone, officer.
Who killed him? Where are you? Where are you located? What's your address? I need you to remain calm.
I'm in the woods. I was in the back of a car for 2 hours. I'm in the woods. I don't know. I'm scared, officer. I'll tell you who was the officer if you hear me out and listen to me right now. It was Ellie, officer. She stole me from bed and held me at gunpoint. Officer.
Sir, how do you know this?
It could just happen. What are you talking about, dude?
Put you in the back of a van.
Huh?
She showed her face.
She left. I don't know where she went. She left. Charlie's dead. I'm scared. I'm cold.
Why don't you just send your location? We'll send somebody right on the way. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Nope, no one comes.
I die.
I didn't send anyone. You're out in the woods alone now. With the Ellie, dude. But what do we hire Barry
To kill her?
to kill
Okay.
Ellie?
How do we kill Ellie?
I don't know.
It's like without raising. It has to be an accident of some kind.
Yeah, for sure it has to go down as an accident. Car crash, always.
Car
Right.
crash, but that seems. How about
How, is Ellie ever shown any signs of depression? Because we can always do the suicide route.
suicide?
Suicide's
I don't
easy.
think so. I say electrocution.
I say we blame it on somebody else.
A murder.
We blame it on
We
somebody else.
create a whole.
We create a whole thing.
Who do we blame it on, Kris?
Charlie.
What?
Charlie goes to jail.
How do we get him?
Well,
we have to break
bring
him
him
out
out.
of
We
jail.
have to break
We
him
have
out
to
of
break him out of jail.
After we... This is a very elaborate plan.
Alright,
So,
there's a lot of
to
steps.
get Charlie back,
Yeah.
we have to frame Charlie for murder.
Yes.
Then we break him out of prison.
Yeah, and we kill Ellie, and we break him out of prison. Do we kill him? We kill her. We make Charlie kill her.
So wait, we don't frame Charlie. We just convince Charlie to kill his girlfriend.
Hypnotizing.
We could do that. There's been a couple of ways, right? We'll just, I don't know. Charles Manson, he has a couple books, doesn't he?
He
Or
made
something?
songs.
He made songs. We'll listen to his songs and gain his powers.
We can make Matt Dunlap. You know, make us a thing, and then we'll
Oh,
sing
yeah,
We'll make a
yeah.
song.
You're right.
it. Charlie.
He can sing and Charlie,
Charlie.
Kelly.
Kill her right now. Go to jail and then get broken out by Kris and Dom.
It's like that episode of Gravity Falls where Wendy gets hypnotized by Robbie with that one song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Robbie.
But in this
It's
case,
backwards.
it's backwards and someone's trying to kill someone else.
And it's up. Oh, yes. A backwards tape.
Yeah, it's backwards tape.
We can do that backwards tape.
Backwards. We got it. We figured it out. So once we get Charlie back, what's our next step?
We bring him to Austin.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then we do a podcast about how...
What happened? We put in question, and we interview him about Ellie.
Did you kill Ellie?
And
Did I? Did I not?
what if it's a whole trial, like the OJ trial?
How would it end? How would it end? What? Because it would, if it can't be the glove, right? How else would it end? Would it be like, Ellie, are you sure this is Charlie? And then we have the duplicate Charlie, and we get her to recognize the wrong person.
It's me dressed up as Charlie.
Ellie mistakes you as Charlie.
Yes.
It's like that scene in Saw. You're just the
This is the real Charlie in the back.
Charlie's in the back.
Or Noah.
No,
You-
nah. Could you imagine? Oh my god! Imagine if you mistaked Charlie for Noah, during something like sex.
What?
Imagine
You think it's Charlie, but it's Noah? You're
imagine.
really you're that drunk, and
What?
then you start to sober up. It's Noah. Charlie forms into Noah.
Yeah, that's what we should get Charlie in jail for. So Charlie tells Ellie to just go wait in a bedroom, right? And then we send in Noah with the lights off. Right? And then Noah No. We'll have sex with Ellie.
No, dude. Okay. You can't. We gotta call this out.
You gotta call it. No, this is the best podcast you've ever recorded. What are you talking about?
I'm sweating.
Yeah, episode 75. We're packing up
75.
heat
I
out
told you
here, dude.
75 would be coming.
We're
We're so
coming.
far down this rabbit hole. In your headphones, you look right here, and we keep going. We're crawling. We're like stretching this piece of dough out. What's going on?
How long?
Whole podcast is an hour storyline.
Just how we get Charlie to Austin.
We just keep going.
Just different ways Ellie gets killed.
Dude, we gotta get a time machine. We keep going. The president is dead.
Wait, at what point could you stop Charlie and Ellie from dating if you had a time machine?
I don't know. Wait.
Like, would you have to not, like, stop?
As soon as she moved in the east,
You wouldn't even, like, try and stop. You would just kill past Ellie.
No, at least cool, dude. Just,
What if you go... So you go back in time and you have sex with Ellie's mom so that you're actually Ellie's dad. You can tell Ellie not to date Charlie. Right?
Wait, is there a Dom?
Don't think about...
Is there no Dom anymore? Am I Ellie? Am I Ellie? No, I gotta stop. It hurts to laugh. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
We'll get him there.
Oh. Oh. Okay, we have subjects we're gonna talk about. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
This dough's been stretched thin.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
Jaden released a documentary.
Did you see it? I was there, motherfucker. I saw the shit opening night.
Dude, I
good.
didn't catch the invite.
I think it was on his story. I don't know. I think it was on his story.
I didn't get no story.
Was that, I went with James, dude.
Oh.
I went with James, dude.
How was the pot? How was the doc?
The doc? It was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy. Like, I don't know what did I didn't know what to expect.
It's special.
It's nice.
It's special.
I had a great time watching
It's
it.
special. It's nice when you watch something that's made by a single human being, too.
It's way better like that.
It's way better.
I was smiling through.
Like, when you watch Bo Burnham Inside,
yeah,
and you watch that, and you think it was all directed, filmed, edited,
by him,
written, like everything, all by one person. It's very special when that happens. So you appreciate it a lot. And when Jaden makes something like that and pours that much time into it, it becomes special. I jumped around a little bit. I saw the intro with the speech and whatnot, and then I saw the end montage.
Some of the montages were really cool. Like when he introduced like his squad.
Yeah, that was cool.
He had some funny parts. It was also cool to watch. Like he made that almost as a gift for those people. I think. Like it's cool to watch, and it's cool to watch his point of view of the end of high school. I don't know. I thought he did a great job. I didn't know what to expect. That made me really happy and like see Jaden a little bit different. It's cool as fuck.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's completely different viewing experience when somebody has like they have the complete open floor for however long they want, right?
We had a cameo. Were you see yourself in it?
No, I didn't see myself.
1 second. It was a picture of you.
Oh, really?
And then it was me doing this. We're barely in this shit.
Whatever.
I feel like that's another thing. A lot of people are watching it just trying to find themselves.
I don't.
Whatever.
It's nice to
Just
be in
go
it.
watch.
It's nice to be in it, right? Of
Yeah.
course, everyone wants to be included. It's just funny, right? Because I think some of the people Jaden grew close to here didn't like him at all. And I don't know if I've told him this on the podcast, but I've definitely mentioned some stuff to him
In
before.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know
Well,
how
you
much
could
of
see
them.
his close friends aren't those people.
No.
Like,
No.
especially when you watch
He's
the doc,
he's
it's like
found a
people.
group of friends who genuinely love him, and I hope he knows that I genuinely fucking adore him,
I love
dude.
Jaden.
Dude, he's the
I've been
best.
playing a lot of PlayStation.
He's so fucking funny, and I mean, when
Special,
you,
dude.
he's so special. He's like
just
this
like a
little,
great human. It's like
this little fucking gem of
I
a
know.
human, dude. You can't fucking
I
take
I
that
love
away.
those type of people. I have like just
You need those type of people. Like you
a
need
good person.
those type of people. And I mean, yeah, you want to talk about authentic, right? There's no one more authentic than Jaden is. And like his views are twisted for sure, but like that
He's
makes
himself,
him
dude, and he's a good
dude,
guy.
that he makes him himself and he fucking owns that shit and it's fucking hilarious. Put the phone away because it's going to distract the shit out of me.
I didn't even realize. It was
Yeah, I know. I always
My bad.
I get crazy about phones during podcasts. I don't know why. When Matt in the beginning of the
Yeah, but
podcast.
I'm not like no.
No. I know. You just had
Did
me on
Matt do that in your
notification.
pod?
But I haven't had him on since like the beginning. He did it in the beginning, like on episode like 4 or
Like,
whatever,
A long time ago.
like a long time ago.
Yeah, Matt did the same thing on ours for a long.
And Kenny reached out to me. He talked about the old podcasts.
Yeah.
He said that he really fucking enjoyed those old podcasts, which is like
What you doing?
or watching those older podcasts
Huh?
sometimes is those older podcasts.
We sucked ass.
Dude, we sucked ass.
We were I mean, you got so much better.
I
feel like
I got pretty good fast.
You got good fast because you were training.
Yeah.
I feel like
And
I
I'm-
definitely got better, but I'm still not there yet.
Mm-hmm. You definitely get way better, and right now I'm at a place where I'm like pretty decent. I'm like I'm at a point now where I'm 18 years old. I'm dumb as fuck. When you're 17 years old, right? When I started this podcast,
Yeah.
you just learned how to talk. You barely know how to
Fucking
use
learning.
the
I know what
English
you mean.
language. The English language. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, you start to think about speech in a different way.
Way differently when you're
Yeah, I
trying
know.
to create an art form around language, because that's all what podcasting is. It's an entire art form around a
I know, it is
language
yeah.
and about conversation using language.
Pacing, like all this shit. I think it's really fun.
Oh my god!
I think it's so fun.
When I did that podcast with Noah and Charlie, it's so much fun. I mean, it's so much fun. The only problem is though, is like sometimes like it's so annoying because we're not at the place yet where we watch like Joe Rogan is, right? So we watch Joe Rogan, and like right now, right? Like both of us could go for a fucking joint right now.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if we lit up a joint, both of us would fucking hit a couple times, right?
Yeah.
Like you would, I fucking would.
take
We
it.
get high as fuck right now. We're not high as
I
fuck
could
right
keep
now.
going. No.
So, and that's the thing, is like we would fucking light up all the time. But we can't. We can't even, we've never been able to smoke actual weed on the podcast.
Or just always be able to do the podcast.
Always.
Like, I need to train as much as you've been training.
You have to. I mean, and
You
if
know?
you want to get to a place where you are trying to become the next Joe Rogan, trying to become the next Andrew Schultz, and not like completely, recreating them and copying them, but
Like that's what we're doing it for. It's because we see them.
we see
And
them,
we
and you
kind of be around that
right,
space.
but you're also at the same time trying to be yourself.
Yes.
Like right now,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to be myself and add my own personal spin onto what they are already doing.
But like I want to be one of those guys.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what-
absolutely. That's what every artist does. They choose their favorite artist. They take what they like and they try to ignore what they don't like, and they try to get those parts, the things that they don't
Yeah.
like, out. So I mean, that's constantly what I'm doing. I'm constantly listening to Tim Dillon, constantly listening to Joe Rogan, constantly listening to Andrew Schultz, taking the things that they do good, and I'm trying to take away the things that they do I think bad, or the things I personally don't like, and I try to make my own podcast during this. And I think that does come across, especially like with you and me. Like you and me are trying to have this own podcast where it's kind of, it's not like our completely own podcast, but we are trying to have different subgenres of podcasts on this one podcast, which I think is pretty fucking cool, right? As I'm trying to do my own solo episode series. I'm trying to do my own
I kind of want to do
Austin crew sub series. I want to do a sub series with just you, so that you're on every single week, and then you and I get into a flow together, so that every single week it's not like, this whole like, oh, what do we do? Like right before we started, we were like, should we look up stuff? Like, should we be professional? Should we not be professional? What's the game here? You know what I'm talking about? But like, I want to get into this thing where we're fucking loose, right? Where we get on, and once a week we're like, all right, it's time. We're doing the podcast. It's this fucking week, and we're doing it, and we're recording it right now, and it's happening. Boom, done. Let's go. We have a process set up, and then after,
we need to know what are those specific. I can't wait to just live with you so we can fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? I want to plan out specific days and shit. I mean, it'll all be done, but it's cool. That's happening.
Awesome. I mean, and the thing is that it's just hard getting growth. It really is difficult to get growth, and I'm not sure what my game move is here, because right when you're trying to get big, for the first thing you want to do is you want to be able to prove yourself. I've done that. I've proved to myself that I'm committed to this. I've proved to anybody else who's ever even remotely paid attention to what I'm doing that I'm committed to this.
Committed, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, it's not even a fucking question at this point, is it, if I'm committed to this or not. I'm here. I've been doing this for fucking 2 years now, or coming up to 2 years. I mean, get the fuck out of here. I've been doing this for so goddamn fucking long now. It's fucking absurd. And, I mean, you could argue that, like, oh, you've never been super consistent. I was never an adult out of high school. You can't really count that. And ever since I have been out of high school, I've been consistently working on every single fucking second of getting out of high school. It's not even that. So once you're here, right, once you're at this point, you need to, choose a play. And I don't know what the play is. I've thought of a couple ideas. I have a couple ideas.
What do you mean by play? What are your ideas?
You need to figure out how to grow your channel. And of course, a good thing of that is word of mouth. So I told my manager at Domino's about our whole podcast thing, and I told our coworker about it. You're trying to talk to your parents about it. You're just telling people about, you're on Spotify too. Obviously I'm doing those promo videos. But a couple of ideas of new things I have is I've been thinking about. I don't know though, because I don't want to pay for followers on Instagram. That's not me. That's not. I don't feel like that's what it is. But I have no problem at all giving a shout out to somebody else, right? So, but I'm also not the point where I could give a shout out to somebody else and they'd be affected by that in any means necessary. Dude, so I would have to ask for a shout out to somebody. And that's such an uncomfortable...
You don't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that.
It's uncomfortable, and it's also... I don't know if it's fully authentic.
I don't think it's necessary yet. You're, getting ahead of yourself. Dude, you're, running a Domino's right now. By yourself. Imagine running a Domino's that we did tonight. Just like you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I can't wait till we can just work together. I feel like it would just be a lot better. I'll help you. We'll plan out shit. It's just we gotta pump out content. Hashtags. I don't know. I can make it look nice.
I've been doing the hashtag thing.
The hashtag.
I don't know if you've noticed that. I've been doing the hashtags a lot more.
Dude, Rogan. I don't know. We gotta get on stage too. I mean, getting on stage.
Yeah, that's the other thing is that
no one will see us.
We're not funny. right? Like we're not.
Not funny at all.
We're funny, right? We're like sort of funny. We're funnier than the average human being, right? And we
not
know that.
comics yet.
But we're not.
To be.
We're not comics. This is
We're pretending to be.
That's a perfect way to put it. Is that we're pretending to be comedians.
We're like messing with all the shit.
Well, that's all you can do. What do you can do here around here? There's nothing around here.
That's why I'm ready to leave. I admire you because you've done so much, even with like it being hard here.
It's terrible.
I've been fucking just not on my shit as much. I'm trying to get back on my shit, but I have not. I'm being honest with myself.
Well, this is the only thing that you can do around here. If you want comedy, right, and there's nowhere to perform, the second best thing is probably having a podcast. And everybody says who was a comedian before they were a podcaster, every single one of them says, as soon as they started a podcast, their ability to create content and also have the muscle, the rant muscle, where you can just randomly go on stage and rant about whatever is on your mind is so much stronger. So much stronger because of the podcast. I guarantee you, when I start being a comedian, it's going to be very, very frightening being in front of a group of people and having people listen and also trying to make something sound funny and it have to be funny because that's not what I'm used to. But the idea that I'm going to be if there's any amount of sorry, let me repeat this because I want to put this in a way where it sounds nice. If there's an idea that it would be any amount of uncomfortable talking into a microphone is fucking crazy at this point. I'm so comfortable walking up to whatever the fuck onto a microphone and hearing myself talk. Now, I've never done that in front of people, and I've never had to make it sound funny. So those are the two things where it's going to be a complete fucking change, and that's probably going to throw me off the fucking rails.
You've been training,
but the idea that I'm not better off than I would have been without this podcast is crazy. Crazy.
This definitely helped. This was like a gym.
Way better.
This was a gym.
Way better. And this was all practice. This whole thing.
You have to work out different muscles, but dude,
right. And what the thing is that when you're down there, right, you can, and you go on stage and you have an open mic on those good set nights, right, where you do have a good open mic, right, which is rare. But on those nights where you do, you can tell people about a podcast that you're genuinely decent at. You have a genuinely decent podcast where you aren't really releasing bad episodes anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a very
listenable. It's listenable stuff. It's like real episodes of podcasting.
110% it's real.
Like it's different. It's not like what we were doing. I don't like the middle school shit. It's weird to even like have someone want to watch that.
It is weird. Like, oh, I'm in middle school and I'm recording this and I want you to listen to it. Even junior year's tough. Yeah. Your junior year, you're not even out of high school yet. You're not even a legal adult yet. It's hard to convince somebody right now. Right now, we're almost 18 and we're like, hey, you want to listen to this podcast that I've been doing? Like, what the fuck do you know? Yeah, which is like which is like fair, but also it's interesting because I'm way better at talking than I was now, and I have some opinions that I've fully thought out and formed because of this podcast. Because I've been doing this, people still don't give a shit.
Wait till we're there. I think it'll just grow exponentially once we get there.
Hopefully, I really do hope so.
Like, I don't know. Like we're gonna work out a lot more intensely.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, and I hope the idea that my parents are going to be out of the way is fucking crazy. They haven't been getting that much in the way, but families in and out of town all the time, it's fucking...
Mine are definitely in the way.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
Yours have purposefully gotten in the way, though.
I can't.
The idea that they're not in the way is fucking crazy. My parents are somewhat in the way, too.
I mean, they're great, and I understand and I help, but, like, I'm really excited to just have all that gone so I can really...
Yeah.
Also, missing someone is what makes love stronger, I feel like. If that makes sense.
Do you need longing for love? Do you need that?
You don't need it.
Or does it help?
It does help. Because I think I take what I have for granted. Like, if I'm with someone I love for a while, I'm going to start getting, like, as soon as I leave my family, I instantly want to go back. Like, I need the space. And I feel like will be a lot more healthy. I don't know. At least the way my brain works, I think.
Yeah, no, it makes sense what you're saying. And, like, let me be very
if
clear.
I'm always there, I start becoming a dick. Is what I'm saying.
Well, they're always asking you to do something.
So it's hard. So if I have the space, I think I'll become better in the relationship. So I think by this, I will. It's like fucked up that's how that works, but I don't know.
It's difficult. It's a weird relationship you have, especially right now, because they do pay for your rent, and you don't have to pay for anything, and they're buying you food, and they're spending a lot of money, and that's all true, and that's all fair. The other side of it is that you didn't ask to be born, and right now you're getting ready to leave, and you are leaving, and unfortunately, you're kind of trapped for the first 20 years of having a kid, that you need to financially support them, and if you don't, you're kind of a fucking dickhead, and that's just the way it goes, is that if you're not supporting your child up until the age of 20, I'd say, you're crazy, and that goes less every year, right? For sure. So, like, at the age of 18, you don't need to be buying their groceries anymore, right? I don't think so. I mean, you can if you want to, depending on if, right? Like, let's say your kid is fucking busting their ass at making a podcast. So, but let's say your kid's just doing whatever the fuck, right? They're really busting their ass at whatever they're doing at. So then you fucking let it slide a couple of times. Like, that, to me, makes sense, because you're seeing them at least work or whatever the fuck, right? But it just becomes weird, right? Or at least, because, what am I trying to say here? Our buddy Josh, right? Our buddy Josh got kicked out of his house as soon as he graduated. Like, that's weird.
So, yeah.
That's a little early. As soon as you graduate, like, day of, get the fuck out of the house.
It's just different families. I mean, that's what my dad left the house at 17.
That's so wild.
My bad. Him and his brother left at 17. They got a house together, and they had to work to pay rent and shit. They, like, left because they wanted to. It was, like, a little dispute. Just different, though. It's just, I don't know.
It's going to be weird moving. You know, there's so many different times where I'm, like, leaving a house, leaving a room, or turning off the lights of a room, and it's going to be like, oh, it's like one of my last times of me ever living here, leaving this room.
Once we got the house, it's, like, kicking in more and more.
It kicked in so much as soon as we got the apartment. I'm so glad that we got the apartment, and that's so off my mind.
Dude, it was so easy. It
was
the first one. I mean, it's great. We have a place now.
It snapped in so fucking fast as soon as we got that place. I was like, oh, fuck. This is real. We're really...
Over. I started looking to the future because there was a deadline. There was a date. I don't know. Without a date, I was just like looking, and it all became fake or... Not fake, but it's like there, but it's distant. Once you put a deadline, it's right there. You know where it's going to stop. You know how it went, like the break.
Yeah, you see the deadline.
I don't know.
Somebody tells you that ETA.
Getting into it, dude. Yeah. I'm excited.
I hope that we're not struggling for a crazy amount of time. I can take 2 years of struggling pretty okay.
I don't know, what is struggle? How bad is struggle?
Struggle is we're doing this every day. We're coming home after a 9 to 10 hour shift. We're working out, recording a podcast, and we're going back to bed. That's struggle.
I could do that for a little bit, though.
I could do that for 2 years.
I'm saying,
I could do that for 2 years. And then on the side, we do stand up, and then we just make enough to pay rent. And then we, all that side money would maybe go into, like, fixing a podcast equipment, or maybe upgrading, like, a piece of equipment, or, like, buying a microphone or something like that. Like, all those things. But, yeah, like, you get to that 2 year mark, and you're making no money. right? Because in 2 years, I'll be doing this podcast for 4 years. If I'm not making a penny off of it, it's going to be tough as fuck.
To keep doing the podcast.
It's going to be hard.
I know what you mean.
It's these 2 months have taught me a lot.
What if you can feel the wheel start moving with stand-up?
If I feel the wheel moving, it's okay. If right now I'm like at this flint and steel where you just are like banging the flint and you're waiting for this flame to catch, I can only do that for so long. I can do that for 2 years. But I've been
I don't know, man.
Sort of doing it for 2 years, but not really, really doing it. But these last 2 months, I've been fucking
Actually doing it.
like really fucking trying.
I don't know. If the wheel's moving at least, I just want to make that wheel move, I guess.
Yeah, right. You just want to be able to come on and say, oh,
believe it more.
30 more subscribers.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got 30 subscribers a day. So 30 subscribers a day. I keep going. A week, that's...
Not even on, like, just a count, but you knowing you're getting really good.
No, that's not
You
good
don't
enough.
think so?
That's not good
What about
enough.
stand-up?
Because
that's the thing.
but
You
I
get
know I'm
those
getting good
laughs.
at this. I'm getting way better.
That is.
I'm getting way
I
better.
think it'll come along. I don't know.
I'm so much better. Like, by trillions of fold. I'm so much better. And I'm imagining that I'm going to be so much better 6 months from now, right? So feeling yourself getting better at something is great. And I'm not denying that. And it is really, really satisfying. And over these past 2 months, the only reason why I have been able to keep going is because I feel myself getting better at this. But
A reward this, I guess.
yeah.
Well,
Come
I'm
on.
saying stand-up will have that reward. The laughs will be that reward.
That is true.
I think that will fuel you.
That's
Even if the podcast
true.
is low, if you know you're
That's
fucking making people laugh, you'll keep the podcast going. That's the instant gratification of stand-up. I think will be the heroin, the crack that keeps us going.
And that's true. Because that's always the thing with film. When you're making like a movie or whatever, like you get that tunnel vision where you're working on something for 9 months and you haven't been able to watch anyone's reaction to it.
It's just you in your head.
It's just you in
Oh
your
my God,
head.
fuck that.
Watching the same thing every single day for 9 months.
Yeah.
9 months.
You go insane.
Oh my God. Artists are fucking crazy.
Artists are crazy people.
Artists are insane
Especially,
people.
Like, some artists so fucking crazy. Like, that's insane.
You remember the your ex-girlfriend?
Theater?
Mm-hmm.
Theater's pretty wild. Theater's
Mhm.
intense.
But remember, or she posted something on her story one time. She goes, she was like, why do celebrities always go crazy? We have to hold them accountable. They're always going crazy, and we
They're
can't.
celebrities.
They're celebrities.
What type of life is a celebrity?
What type of life is a celebrity? But not only that, what type of life is an artist?
Really?
Let's talk about podcasting alone, right? I'm here, fucking, after an 8-hour shift. We're here, sitting down.
Talking.
I did it yesterday, and I
Yeah.
did it the day before that, and I did it the day before that. Of coming home and working my fucking ass off on this podcast. Almost every day. Almost every single day. Last week was my first week off, and I think I took 4 days off. Legitimately. The other days have just been like editing. Like I didn't upload for 10 days, and I went crazy. I had full blown on anxiety attacks because I didn't upload in last week.
Oh.
I didn't upload in 10 days, and I like freaked out. I was like, what is going on? But then you get to this point where you're just like, okay, this is my life now, and like I would be more concerned about that, right? About that anxiety attack, and you go like, oh my God, how do you fix this, right? And you want to be able to say to yourself like, okay, let's fix it. But there's like another part of you that goes, maybe you need a couple of anxiety attacks every once in a while if you haven't uploaded in 10 days, right? Maybe.
Anxiety, they come for a reason. It's your body responding to something.
Yes, that's the
Problem
thing.
is that, I don't know. I feel like if there was a percentage of like where I'm at, if I'm like sinking or I'm like up here in the water, I feel like most of the time I'm like down here. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Like, most of the time, I'm, like, my grades are down. And then sometimes my grades are up. I'm doing great in life. I'm, like, very productive, A+. Most of the time down here. And I kind of want to change that up. And I hope that in Austin, I'll get better.
You'll be able to, because, like, even just now, like, I did that same workout that I always do, but I did it in such short amount of time. I usually do, like, another 10 minutes with that same workout. But you're just so determined when you're able to do it with somebody else. When you're able, you know, when I'm, and it also helps when somebody's, what is the word I'm looking for?
I have two things before I lose my thought.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Two things. One, the teammate thing. Us working together, I feel like it will motivate each other. But also, I think once we start stand-up, I don't know, just life seems way more exciting. Like, I'm excited to do it. There's a purpose. I've been living with no sense of purpose for the past... My life is so fucking boring right now. It's hard to find motivation when you're just in the pits of boringness and shit. Once we're there, and once there's purpose and there's stakes, and I have to, like, I need that push, and I hope I succeed. I will succeed with that, with, like, those circumstances. But it's, like, fucking hard right now. I don't know. I don't have a car. I'm stuck in that house all the time. Yeah, I wallow.
What I'm still trying to think of the word while you were talking there. It's good. Again, going back to that teammate thing. When you have a teammate, somebody is giving you the gratification of seeing how hard you work, right? And giving and seeing it and giving you feedback, and also being there to witness it. Just watch you and say, oh, wow, you are working this hard. Like, I'll tell you that I'm working, you know, however long on the promo videos and the uploading and all that, right? I'll tell you. But when you're there with me and you're watching it happen and you go, Kris, you are busting your fucking balls on this. When someone's able to say that to you because they're watching you bust your balls, it's so fucking gratifying. It's like, oh, that's what I fucking needed. Now let's get back to work, right? But yes,
I like
also
seeing the outcome being created.
Also, like, I am a drug dealer, drug addict, crazy, has made 50-minute rants on people in middle school, set swastikas on fire, crazy human being who has been kept up in, like, this little cage, just sitting, and, like, you do this and then you do that, and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking die. And, like, thank God, right, that we got out of school, because Domino's, right? And Domino's isn't the most exciting in life, but it's not even close to high school. It's not. How good is it that you will never have to go back? Dude, you think about that all the time?
Because you were just saying how you were, like, this crazy kid in middle school. Like, I don't know, we're both as fucked.
Yeah.
I was so fucked in that school.
So
just
fucked.
Like, I would go weeks on end without talking to anybody. I'm so glad that I'm out of it.
I would go weeks on end without talking to anybody in that school too,
I just hate it.
Because I had friends in that school, and we would, like, talk, and I'd be in such a bad mood. I'm like, I don't know how to communicate with you. What else is there to talk about except how fucking miserable I am right now? I want to die, and we want to talk about the boys.
Their fake, like, happiness that you see with other people. I don't know how some people were so content with school. Like, they were doing so good. It was like mocking me.
Yeah.
As I walked in that shit, and I was so fucking miserable, and I had to
all the
see,
time,
like, this Barbie movie play out around me. It sucked. It sucked ass.
And then
big balls.
You would, I don't know about you, but this is the year. This is the first year where I finally feel like I figured it out. Like, where I was like, I would be stressed out, but never to the point where I was like, oh my God, this is not manageable. I'm going to die. I never said that to myself this year. I was like, okay, I'll work really hard today. I'll work really hard tomorrow.
We've also been through it. So I don't know. I feel like I could take more.
Yeah.
And I know how to get out of it. Like this is like my third round fighting with this or whatever.
Right.
I know like what to do at this time. I'm not like before. It was like life is going great and dandy, and all of a sudden,
your grades were shit.
Out.
Yeah.
And now I don't know. I know how to get out. I remember shit from the past.
Junior year is still the most insane thing to look back on. Have you thought about this too? Right, since I don't know, August of 2020, every single month or two, there is something to write home about. There is a legitimate thing that has happened, where for good or for worse, has happened that is worth mentioning. And I'm ready to go for like 6 months where like either everything that changes is a good thing and it's a clear good thing, or nothing changes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
A little bit.
Like, okay. So, August 2020, COVID starts. Okay. So then it starts out 2 months. I become like a drug dealer. You know, all this crazy shit happens with me drug dealing, like going out all the time, getting scammed, getting robbed. There was prostitution, of course, overdose here, overdose there. Friend gets on coke, or family, and then after that, you have school started. Online high school, then you'd have to go to mask, then you'd have to go just all that different shit. And then I had like family members died, uncle, cat, grandpa, just like all of these things, right?
Yeah.
Like a girl that I was sort of into goes to rehab, I get into a fight, I get scammed, just every month or two. Just a notable thing happens in my life since like August of 2020. And I'm sick of it. I really am. I'm like, okay now. It's over. It needs to be done with. Really.
Like a steady.
It needs to be done.
Okay. I see what you mean.
It needs to be done. And like I was thinking, right, when I started this Austin trip, what was it, like 2 years ago, that like everything would be boring. Like I would be really staled out. I'm not staled out. I don't want to live here anymore, and living here sucks. But like the amount of changes that have happened over the past 2 years has just been too crazy. Mm-hmm. Like I'm ready to get down there and get set up, and then nothing happened for 6 months. I really am.
Or good things happen.
Either one. Those are the only two, though, that are allowed. Anything that's even on edge, right? Yeah. Like if it's going to be bad or good.
If I could recreate cross country, but like in an adult real life version.
Right.
For me, at least.
Sure, I never did cross country. Imagine if I did cross country with you that year.
Great. Before I lose this thought, another thought I had. I really like working. Do you like working?
Yeah, I like working
too. I love working. We work really good together at that job. Mm-hmm. You can see how I take that job seriously. Mm-hmm. I don't take a lot of things seriously. For some reason, I really like work. I can't wait to treat comedy
like work,
like a fucking job, because I haven't been, and I want to make it into a job.
I treat this like a job now.
You have, because it's
a job.
Once I get to the point where I'm at that, it's like we're working at I really want to get to that point.
This is not a hobby anymore. This is a job. This is a job I show up to.
Well, I'm like unemployed right now, basically. Like sometimes I pop in and I help you at your store.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I wrote, but like it doesn't feel like you're really working.
No, I've been working.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference. And I occasionally write. I don't write nearly enough, but go fuck off.
I did for a while.
Fuck off.
It's so fucking hard to write if you're not going on
stage. Oh my god, it's terrible.
It seems like you're just going insane on this fucking thing.
Yeah, it does.
And I had periods where I was writing every day consistently, but it was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like this person who wouldn't talk to anybody and would just be writing this shit. Like, it was weird.
And you get obsessed with writing, too.
I need to, like,
you get really obsessed with writing. And when you start writing...
It's fun, though.
Yeah, writing's not bad at all. A lot of people hate writing. I hate the setup of writing. I hate the setup of writing, and I also hate the whole idea of no. Well, I'm not going out for drinks. No. I'm not going on Minecraft. No. No, Saul. No. I'm not going out and drinking. No. I'm not going out and smoking. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to write. And that's what's going to happen right now. I don't like doing that at all.
I don't
But
write like
once
that as much.
but once I do, it's nonstop. It's impossible to stop me. Once I get started, I just can't stop. But getting started is so fucking difficult. But you have to learn.
God, getting the snowball rolling is fucking hard.
And that's the thing that we're trying to learn, is because we are trying to become really successful people in a very extremely competitive market. And you and I are both sort of realizing how much time and effort and dedication and also sacrifice you have to put into this if you want to be successful and if you want to be good.
Yeah.
And it's fucking a lot, man. It's fucking too much. I mean, it's too much. If we're being honest.
Because we haven't gotten anything. Like, we're putting in work into, like, a void.
No, exactly. You know what? Remember when I did piano? Remember when I took piano lessons?
Yes.
I did piano lessons for 8 months, something like that, and I did it for once a week, and I inconsistently practiced for 8 months. And right at the point where I stopped, I just was getting not terrible. So I was still bad. I was not even decent. I was still really bad, but I was less bad than I was. I was shedding a level of bad off.
Yeah.
And it took 8 months to get there. And I went, holy fuck. If I want to play the piano like Elton John, there is this mountain of time of sitting and playing the piano over and over and over again. Musicians are losers.
Insane people.
They're losers. That was always the thing with the 70s bands and all those things, is that those people are losers.
But like,
because they are able to sit in a room for 8 hours, days on end, and just work on the craft.
I'm also a loser. I can't talk shit because I spend the same
I am
amount of
too.
time on like TikTok. What the fuck? That's nothing. At least their time is productive. You know what I mean?
Do you know how much time I spend on porn?
Buddy, we're going down. Yeah.
Like,
There's so many distractions. It's because we live in a world of, like, there's way more distractions that I have to deal with than, like, other people did. I kind of wish they were
Oh my
gone.
god, for sure.
Because, like, life is so easy. Like, what I really want to do is just lay down and play Minecraft and just shove food in my face for just weeks on end and just sleep whenever I want.
That's it.
And it's a possibility, but we're not supposed to do it.
No.
But I could if I really wanted to.
If you really wanted to.
It's fucked up. And that wasn't a possibility before. If you were to do, you would die. It's either die or work on stuff. We don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like it's too easy to be alive. It's way too easy to be alive right now, I think. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a dangerous thing with Austin, is you and I could become really addicted to just playing Minecraft together.
Yeah, but then bills.
Bills
is
add
like
up.
the wake up.
Bills add up
Problem is, I live with
fast.
my parents right now, so there's no bills really.
Yeah, that is true. Once you have bills, I feel like everything starts to change in your brain. Like, really, because
Minecraft, I don't give a fuck. I live once, dude. I'm playing Minecraft. Minecraft is great. Don't give a shit.
I need to figure out how to make money off of Minecraft, because the
Stream on Minecraft is so funny.
I know.
It's the funniest. It's way funnier than this.
I know.
It's way funnier than this. Nassim, Charlie, all of us playing Minecraft, just like it's hilarious.
It is funny.
I mean, not to diss on this, but it's like, I don't know. But is it funny? I can't tell if that's funny or if it's funny just to us.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is weird, because I don't know how you would think of the humor if you didn't ever play Minecraft.
And understand us.
Right.
Because a lot of times it's not even.
But if you're watching this podcast, right, consistently, you understand us. for sure you understand
It
us.
will work hand in hand, absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus, we should definitely do that. Plus, we could talk to Nassim and all them more, and it'll just, cause like I'm not.
That takes so much time though.
Without them.
Yeah, figuring out how to stream and stuff and getting that.
We'll have that time.
No,
We'll
I know, but it takes a lot of time and it's a lot of money, and then you have to find a setup for it. I don't think that I'm gonna have that set up for years.
I don't know how long, but I'm
5 years.
We should 5 years before Twitch.
Yep.
What if we just record? I don't know. We can
you
stream it and put it on YouTube.
You can't. You got to get decent at other stuff.
Not streaming. Streaming sucks. I don't want to do streaming. I would do like a Van Oss type thing where it's like just recording a session of us, clipping it, making like a funny moments, or just like a video of us playing video games. Because that's what I watch on YouTube a lot.
Right. Depends on what equipment you would want.
It'd be easier if we had an editor. I don't know.
It would be easier. I would just be. It depends on where you'd be.
No, we would edit.
We'd probably edit it for sure, but it's so fucking difficult.
Dude, I mean, it does seem like a lot of work, but also we have like our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To reach success, like this is only an upward climb.
Yeah.
Like I mean, we're not gonna. There's not like a point where we're done.
Yeah.
Have you thought of that? There's no point. We keep going until we die, or at least until we're good enough. I'm really excited for that sense of purpose, and I really hope that I have it in me to be something, so I don't know. I really hope this works out. I don't want to do anything else.
Neither do I.
I think it will.
I hope so. I feel like that's a good way to wrap it up.
How long have we been talking?
An hour. That went by so fast.
They go by fast. Was that good?
Dude, that was great.
I had a lot of fun.
That was fantastic. I had so much fun. If you had fun, it was a good podcast. If you enjoyed it, they would enjoy it.
That's a great way of putting it.
It's a really good way of putting it. And you wrapped it up really well, man. To Austin. To Austin for sure.
Cheers.
Cheers to nothing. To nothing. Thank you guys so much for listening, though. This was me and Dom's deep dive. We need to record more, for sure. We need to get a new flow, for sure. And then also, we should record a couple. We should maybe pick a couple days where we just record a couple of, like, we should record and then record, like, 2 other episodes, because we should have something to upload when we move.
We can talk about it later. I'm pretty free I'm becoming more free, and then with work, it's easier for us to work together.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
Plus, we have Austin Crew again this week.
Yep.
We're good.
We're good?
It starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. This is episode 75.
Yep.
And what time is it? What time did we end this on? 4:10.
Yeah, we gotta
Okay.
go to bed,
Yeah, we gotta go to bed.
Good night.
All right. Good night. Thank you.